Okay, here's how to make your Google Slides or your existing worksheets into a Google slide where the students can't edit what you put there, but can like write in answers. So the first thing I've done is I've opened up a blank slide. Okay, then I'm going to go find a Google Doc, and I have this one already open. It's a Google Doc that was a worksheet that I usually hand out in class. It is not in PDF form. It doesn't need to be in PDF form, but you do need to make an image out of it. So the best way for me to do that, let me see, will it let you do it? Download. You can download it as a PDF and then take a picture of that, but I'm just going to take a picture screenshot of this right here because it's only half a page anyways, so I don't need much. So I'm just going to press the print screen button. That is now, this image of my whole screen is now on my clipboard. So then I'm going to go open Paint, and I'm using Windows 10. And so I'm going to go ahead and create a new one here. I don't want to save the old one. And then I'm just going to paste it into Paint. This is what it gives me. It is my whole screen. So I want to come up here to Crop, and then draw in my corners, and I'm done. And then go over here, click Done. Then you can come up here, File, Save As, and I'm going to save it as an image, and I'm just going to call it Balancing Equations PDF because I already downloaded it, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to call it Balancing 2D PNG. You could do a JPEG, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I can close that now. I did just save, but I didn't save the other one, so I don't need it. All right, so now I can come back over here to Google Slides. I am not going to click background right now. This is not what we want to change. We want to go change the master. So click on View and then click on Master. And this lovely little slide comes up. I usually don't mess with this one because I don't want to, it just seems easier for me to do each of my slides how I want them right here. So I'm going to click on that first layout and I'm going to delete this because it will not let you see change the text in it. So I will add my own text to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete those and have a blank screen. I'm going to click background, choose image, and then wherever you had that image of the worksheet that you just took, I'm going to go find it. Now that is the background of your slide. Just like normally we would do, I don't know, something seasonal or winter or chemistry based or whatever. That is now the background of my worksheet. And now what I can do to where the kids can fill in words here is now I'm going to insert a text box. But it's a special text box. So you go to Insert and then, where did it go? Yeah, scroll all the way down and click Placeholder. I don't know why, but body text doesn't let them type in it. So I go ahead and just choose Subtitle. And then you can, just like a text box, leave that little box there. And then you can change the font. I'm going to go ahead and shrink that font. And then just do the same wherever you want everything. Leave that there. Click to edit master subtitle. Leave that there. They will change the text on it. I'm going to click another subtitle placeholder. And I'm going to put that box here. And let's shrink that so it looks better. And you can change the color. But don't forget that the kids can change this font, this color, whatever, in these boxes. They cannot change anything here. Okay, so that is one of the master slides. If you wanted to do multiple ones, do this slide, then this slide, then this slide. But I'm just going to do this one for now. So I'm going to come over here to this slide. Notice it is already all here. This is what the kids would see. They cannot do anything with the text that is there. All they can do is type in answers to the text box that you left. That is all they can do. They cannot change anything that's in the background. And so you would have to grade it just like a regular worksheet, and it's not going to grade it for you. But then you can use this untitled test presentation. Let's go ahead and then assign it in Google Classroom. I'm going to go open up, open up Google Classroom. And I'm going to come down here to my test group. That's where I have other teachers as students so that I can test things out on them. And I'm going to go to classwork. and I'm going to create an assignment, and I'm going to go find that test presentation. So I'll do test presentation, add Google Drive. Hopefully it'll come up right away since it's recent. Yep, right there. Okay, now here's where it gets tricky. Students can view file. That means I can't make any edits to it. So here you want to click make a copy for each student. Now, every student has a worksheet. And then, of course, change your grades, change your, schedule it, whatever you need to do over here. It works just like that. And then you will get, and I can go to another class and show you what it looks like. You will end up with a slide for each student, just like you would a worksheet for each student that you would then have to grade manually. But you can leave comments, and that's one of the things I like about it. I'm going to go down to third periods. Where was it? It was the scientific method worksheet. Okay, this is one I made for the kids. Okay, so I have 29 of them. This is what it looks like for the kids who've turned it in. Some of them have, some of them haven't. Try one that someone did. Okay, so this is what it looks like on your screen. To grade it, I'm going to click on hers, and then her worksheet comes up. And obviously I'll have to zoom in a little because I'm on an HD TV, so I have everything spread out so I can see everything at once. So you can zoom in or zoom out as the case may be. And then over here, she could not change any of this stuff here. This is what she would have to read. And then on the worksheet that I would have given class, this is where she would write answers. But now she's going to type answers. So this is the only thing she changes. And so she wrote her answers in here. Now the thing about it that I like about it is that I can go add comments. I can highlight her text here. I'm going to right click it. You can go up to the top, but to me this is faster, or Control-Alt-M, and I can leave a comment. I'm not going to because she'll actually see it. But here's the thing. If you leave comments, they will not see those comments until you return the assignment. You can return an ungraded assignment, and then they can see the comments. So basically it lets them make corrections before they turn it in for real, and I actually grade it. Okay, so back to the presentation, because now you can do other things with it too. This is how I do it. I think they're very useful for card sorts. So I'm going to go back to View. I'm going to go to Master, and I'm going to just create a new slide here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this again. I want them to do a kind of a card sort for the metric system, where we do King Henry died basically drinking chocolate milk. So I'm going to go insert my own text boxes. And see, the original ones, it wouldn't let you edit. So these will let me edit. Let's just make it all one big text box. It'll make it easier. King Henry died basically drinking chocolate milk. And this stands for kilo, hecto, deca, the metric prefixes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and spread that out. And I'm going to put, I am going to give this to the kids, and what I'm hoping to do in the future is maybe print these out and have them bound at the print shop at district office, and so the kids can keep them. All right, I'm going to go ahead and blow that up, and of course I can change the background. I'm going to just make it, usually I put an image, I'll put some pictures of King Henry himself in here. Maybe some science images, but for right now, I'm just going to change it to, a nice purple color. And then I'll change these to, a white font. You can mess with it just like you would a regular slide. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert just a shape. And this is where the cards that they choose will go. And it'll just show up as a white block on their end. So I'm going to do the shape, square. Put it right there. I like it just like that with a white background. You can make it transparent. You can change the background, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste it for every single one. So, died basically drinking chocolate milk. Ooh, no, I don't want to move that. Oh, slides. I'll do that. Okay. So, go stick this over on top of milk, and I'm going to go stick this on top of chocolate, and I'm going to go stick this on top of drinking, and this on top of basically And of course, this isn't going to look perfect because I'm just running crash course through it with you right now. Normally I would make everything all even and evenly spaced and it'll look all pretty. Okay, so those are just show up as white blocks on their slide. But that's pretty much all I'm going to do for now. So I'm going to go ahead and go over and click on the slides. Now I'm going to insert, new slide. It's just going to be plain. Now I'm going to right click that slide and apply layout. Now here is where the layout says already comes with slides, but this is the one that I just changed. This is the one I changed before. You can rename them in the master view, but to me I just leave them like that because I can see them. So I'm going to apply that. Now notice I cannot move any of these boxes. I can't edit the text. But what I'm going to do now is insert images. Insert image, just upload from computer. There, that's one I used as a background a minute ago. And so these would say things like kilo, hecto, centi, milli, that kind of thing. And then they would take this, and it's an image, so all they can do is resize it. They can't write text in it. You could make it more they could write text in it. You just have to insert a text box. But I like it more as like a digital card sort. And so pretend this said milli on it. And so the kids would come, drag this over to milli. And so on and so forth. I would have images for each one of these. And then down here I'm going to put underneath, I'm going to put the conversion factors. And so it's basically a little graphic organizer card sort. I'll show you one other one I did that actually I think worked very well with the kids. Let me go to Drive. And where did I put it? I think it's in week 4. Yes, it is in week 4. Okay. So this is one of the card sorts I had them do for Unit 3, Properties of Matter. And so what I did is, here's just the text. They cannot change any of this. And click, 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 nothing. I can change it if I go into View. And I think they could change it too on their slide if they knew to go into View Master. Most of them, I haven't found any kid that knows how to do that. And so for here, I just had them do a graphic organizer. A sample of matter were both definite. Okay, let's say we don't know what that is. We can set it aside. We don't know what that is. And I did tell them in the instructions that the orange boxes go with definitions and the blue boxes go with the words. All right, so we know the blue boxes, the two kinds of matter are pure substances and mixtures. Anything that has mass and volume is the definition of matter, so I can put that there. Now I need to know a sample of matter, and I need to put the definition with the vocabulary word. Boom. And that is really easy to grade. I click on their assignment, and yeah, just like the other one, I have to click on each slide. But if it's wrong, I put it back. If it's wrong, I put it back. And so every time I have to put something back, that's just one. I think this one had 81 total cards. And so each one was a point, basically. If they didn't do it at all, then you can see, like, without even actually clicking on the slide over here on the left, that's 1, 2 are wrong, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on and so forth. Down here, I had to match the phase changes. Here is fixed. So this is an example for them. Melting is a transition from solid to liquid, and here's a picture of an ice cream cone. And then you have this ice tray. All right, that's one of the cards that was over here, so let's stick that there. And then we can just go through these and decide what we're going to do. Here's all the images. Here's a definition. A gas turns into a liquid. That would be condensation, so it's not any of these. Liquid turns into a gas. That's vaporization. I'll put that there. Liquid turns into a solid. That is freezing. That goes with the ice cubes. And so on and so forth. Each of you follow this example. You got definitions and a picture. Then the words. Deposition. Where did I go? I don't remember. But the deposition words would go up here. Oh, liquid turns into a gas is vaporization. And so on and so forth. And again, that makes it really easy to grade. When it's wrong, put it back over there in the box where it started. Excuse me. Same with these. Here are a list of properties, and they have to drag it to whether or not is a physical or chemical. Now, you can, from experience of grading this, it's probably better to have it and write it down how many you had on each side, and so you can just kind of count them and see if they're right. I did this with extensive properties because there's only 7 extensive properties, and so as long as they had 7 over here, I know the rest were intensive, and that works out well. I think these are incredibly useful. I love this so much. It's easy to grade. Excuse me.